No, our country is in the best financial shape. We've so different than in the past over the years. If you look at some of the real big crises we had, it was financial problems and different things. We now are in very, very strong financial shape with all of the trade and all of the other things that we've been doing. It's been pretty amazing. We hope the Federal Reserve will finally get on board and do what they should do, because we're doing things that they should be doing, frankly, and we can all do them together, but they should be much more proactive. Other boards and other countries and people representing those countries are taking a much more aggressive action than our Fed, and for the most part. So we'd like to see the if you look at central banks yesterday, what they did, we want to see our Federal Reserve be much more proactive. It's important, but in the meantime, we're doing things that have been really well received. And I guess you saw that yesterday at the end of the day with what we've done. We have a lot of things to tell you in terms of respirators, in terms of all of the different things. The masks are being made by the millions and millions. We have plenty now, but we're ordering for the millions. We're ordering worst case scenario. We always say worst case scenario, and that's where we're going. So I just want to thank everybody. I think the press has been really, over the last 24 hours, I think the representation's really been very fair for the most part, been very fair. We're all in this together. It's something that nobody expected. It came out of China, and it's one of those things that happen. It's nobody's fault. We all will solve this problem. We'll solve it well. I think the American people have been incredible in the way they've acted. There's been, and if you look at companies and sports leagues and all of the things, what they've done is just something very special, without being told necessarily. In some cases, perhaps they were told, actually. But for the most part, they want to get it over with. They want to get it over with quickly and with very little death. As of this moment, we have 50 deaths, which is a lot of good decisions were made, or that number could be many times that, but that's based on a lot of good decisions. One or two in particular. You know that Europe was declared the hot spot yesterday, a big hot spot, and number one, and we made a decision quite a bit prior to that, but we saw what was happening. But if you have any questions, this group will be very happy to do it. But I just want to say they have been, led by Mike Pence, they have been incredible, the job they do. They're working 20 hours a day. This man is working 20 hours a day, or maybe more. Is it more? I think it's more. Tony has been working, I'm just looking at this whole group, and we've created a number of new stars, including the gentleman right behind me. I watched him the other day. It was such a fantastic job you did, and I really appreciate it. But they're going to be answering questions, and we have a lot of new information, so I think you'll find it very interesting. And I'll be going back to the Oval Office. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, there are so many people right now that are rushing to Costco. They're rushing to grocery stores all over the country. They're filling up their baskets. Is that the right move? Do you think that people should actually be saying, maybe conserve as opposed to buy? Also, overnight, Apple, sir, they announced that they're going to be closing all of their stores for 2 weeks. Do you want to see other retail outlets, restaurants, stuff like that do the same thing?
I think it's fine if they do it. I think frankly, it's good if they do it. I think what Apple did is fine. And I want to keep people away for a little while. Just keep them away.
Well,
and when it gets better, well, people are going and buying things, and I understand that. By the way, I had my temperature taken coming into the room.
So did we.
You did? Good.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Let's compare. Do you want to compare?
We did all of it. Yeah.
Good. Well, that means we're all looking good. I also took the test last night. Yeah. And I decided I should, based on the press conference yesterday. People were asking, did I take the test?
The result, Mr. President?
I don't know, whatever it takes, a day or 2 days, whatever it is. They send it to a lab.
Why did you
But
decide
I
to take it?
You've been sending mixed
Only because
messages,
the press
sir.
is going crazy.
Mr. President, respectfully, you've been sending mixed messages. We watched as you shook hands with people yesterday. You have talked about 5 million tests being available, probably won't need that many. Has your own sense of urgency evolved, and are you changing what you're doing?
No, I've been urgent. This is urgent for me right from the beginning. You know that because I closed up our country to China.